In this lesson, we'll learn about turbo streams. They can be used to manipulate specific DOM elements after a user action without reloading the whole page. Turbo streams are typically triggered in response to POST or non-GET requests. Turbo stream elements can be delivered to the browser synchronously as a classic HTTP response or asynchronously over WebSockets to enable real-time updates. So when something changes on the server, it can push updates to the client instantly. It's also handy when you want to make multiple changes in multiple places on a page from a single request. For example, for notifications, auction updates, and chat apps. Let's see how we can use turbo streams in our app. You may have noticed that when we introduced turbo frames in an earlier lesson, we lost one little feature. The flash message which appeared when you updated a product, which said product was successfully updated, that no longer appears because it's outside the turbo frame and only the turbo frame gets updated with our new setup. We can use turbo streams to restore that flash message. Let's open the application layout file. Let's give this enclosing div an ID called flash. And now back in the product show page, we can use a turbo stream method to update the flash message. Here we can write turbostream.update flash, which is the ID of the div, do, and in this block, we'll copy and paste in the flash message markup. So now when the product gets updated, this code block will update the flash div with this markup, and in doing so, it will update it with the new value of flash that's being set in the product's controller update action. Let's see it in the browser. So let's refresh and go to the edit form, make a simple edit, and submit the form. And there you can see the flash message now appears. Product was successfully updated. Let's refactor this code to make it more easily reusable. Let's move the flash messages to a different shared partial. So let's say render shared/flash and move these lines to a new file and save it under a new views folder called shared. And the file name will be _flash.html.erb. Now we can use that partial here as well. We don't need this block anymore. Instead, we can just write partial shared flash. And let's make sure it still works. And it does. Now here we've used a turbostream.update call in the view itself, but you can also specify an action from the controller action. We'll look at that in a bit. There are 8 different types of actions you can use with turbo streams. We looked at one of them here, update. Apart from updating existing content, turbo streams can also remove elements, append or prepend content within an element, add HTML elements before or after a matching element in the DOM, replace an element entirely, or refresh the page to render new content. We'll look at some of these other actions in the next lesson.